Join home team for Metro League football, basketball, baseball, girls soccer, track and field, bowling, and even more than that. We got you. Watch Metro League High School Sports on Rainier Avenue Radio via Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can listen in right at our website, RainierAvenueRadio.world, or download our app.
It's the lighting. I can't see. You can't see me literally like I'm a dark spot.
On RainierAvenueRadio.world, powered by the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle, King County for Culture, and the Seattle Mariners. Join Rainier Avenue Radio from 5 to midnight for Sunday evening sound sessions. Jazz from the Cabinets from Big Poppy.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy.
Sergio LaCour's Love Line.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio LaCour. Go to the phone line. Tell her who we talking to.
Sage Prince and Just My Opinion.
This is Sage, and that's just about going to do it for the first half of Just My Opinion.
K-Fox Nightbeat with Nasty Nets Rodriguez.
The beat of the Fox. K-Fox Nightbeat, Nasty Nets.
You know what? You're going to listen from 5 to midnight. Just turn it on and don't stop. DJ Alibaba. The Underground Surround Sound Star Time with Paul Pearson.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pearson.
Sunday evening sound sessions on Rainier Avenue Radio. Trust me, you'll be listening the entire time from 5 to midnight. Sunday evening, your sound session on Rainier Avenue Radio.
This message is brought to you by Public Health, Seattle and King County, the Washington Department of Health, Washington Chapter AAP, and Within Reach. No matter where your classroom is, whether in person or online, routine vaccinations protect your child from serious diseases like measles, mumps, and chickenpox, and they keep your child safe, healthy, and thriving. Need help finding a provider? Visit parenthelp123.org or call the Help Me Grow Washington hotline at 1-800-322-2588.
RainierAvenueRadio.world is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at RainierAvenueRadio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
It's just different.
Welcome to The Sentiment, a thought-provoking show with discussions that consist of life's experiences. We are bringing thoughts and perspectives out of captivity and isolation into spaces that promote awareness, healing, restores hope, and proclaims victory in everyday thinking and living. Come sip with me. Good evening, you all. Welcome back to The Sentiment. It's your girl, Latrice Chenee. And I'm excited to be back with you all once again. Today's topic on The Sentiment, episode 20, is Because I Can. It is a two-part show because today we also will be sitting with the lovely Shakia Danielson once again, and also we will be discussing this creative, amazing production called Elevate, and she will be here to tell you all about it, how you can tune into it, and you don't want to miss it. So you are listening to The Sentiment on RainierAvenueRadio.world. Thank you for tuning in, and please help me welcome Shakia Danielson. What up?
What up?
Sitting in that good old trip. In the wind, huh?
In the whip. I'm sorry, but I'm here. But what's up?
What is up? Traffic, y'all. Late work traffic. It's all good, girl. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on in this wonderful virtual world we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be able to hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Will you be able to hear me? Okay, good stuff. So this week, you all, I have been really sitting with the statement because I can. And not, I'm about to throw on some sweats and Ugg boots and this 80-degree weather because I can, but the actual foundation of this inner belief system that we do or do not have. Sometimes it's easier for us to have it for other people, right? But not necessarily have it for ourselves. And what triggered this that resonated with me so great is some of you may or may not know that Simone Biles, in a competition recently, she did something called, I believe it was the Yorenko double pipe. And it was the first time it was ever performed in competition. Not only was it the first time done like that, it was the first time a woman has done it. And it resonated with me so clearly. First of all, there's so many facets to it, Shakia, that we can get into, because I said, my producer's laughing at me talking about sweats in this weather. I was being dramatic and extra for no reason. I was trying to make a point. But it so many facets of it. So first of all, they did not score it properly because they said because it's dangerous, because it's never been done, because all these things, right? They could not rate it based off of the level of difficulty and so on and so forth. And so, which is completely unfair to her capability, right? And her skill. She showed up with it, so change it. Obviously, she's elevated it, right, to another level at this point. So now the whole thing needs to be shifted. Like, the girl then turned it out. Okay, nobody's doing what she's doing. Period. So that is another thing. But when they asked her why she did it, one of the reasons she stated was because I can.
Yep.
That tore me up.
Yep.
I took that and I've been holding it, and it really resonated with me. So today I want to talk about it. And I also mentioned that it's two-part because you'll be talking about Elevate and what that is, the creative production, and why people don't want to miss it, right? Which also to me is in correlation. We're talking about elevation. We're talking about all these things, and so because I can. Like, what is your inner belief system? What do you believe you can do? What do you believe that you can do? What do you believe that you are purposed to do? Why do you believe you're here? What do you dream about? What's on the inside of you that's so big and you're scared to try it, right? And she said something else. She said, I just do it like you did it in training. She prepared for the moment. So how are we preparing for the moment to show up big, right? Or to show up in our belief? So we can have faith, we can have all these things, but how are we preparing for our moment? So she said, just do it like I did it in training. And because I can, because she believed she was capable. And so I kind of wanted to just sit there for a second, and talk about what is belief. What is belief to you? What is, sometimes people take it past the faith realm. They take it, or they don't take it to the faith realm. Like, what is belief to you? Like, what does that word mean to you? We know what the definition is, right? We can pull it up. Let's read the definition, shall we? Believe. The verb, to accept something as true. Feel sure of the truth. Feel sure of the truth of. To accept the statement. To believe something of someone. To feel sure that someone is capable of something particular. To hold something, an opinion, think, suppose, believe something to be. So, to consider to be true or honest. Merriam-Webster said that's what belief is. Shakia, what is belief to you? What does it mean to you? Can you hear me? I'm not sure. We might have lost her, y'all. So belief to me is something deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted maybe in values, maybe in your morals, maybe in your life experience, maybe in what you saw. Maybe it's also rooted in what you have not seen. So Shakia, I was asking, what is belief to you before you dropped off?
Yeah. Sorry, my dad had to FaceTime me. That's one of the drawbacks of being on a phone. But I think belief is important, and sometimes I think our experiences impact our beliefs. You know, sometimes you're not exposed to your level of potential. You know, sometimes you're not in an environment where what's in there can be highlighted and exposed, and then once it is seen, they're reacting to it. I love to say people get excited when they see greatness, but a lot of times it shakes people. You know, to their core. It can make people nervous. It can make people uncomfortable because this is too big for my comfort level. You know what I'm saying? And I think what I love about what Simone said, first of all, they did not set her correctly because it's how is it the most dangerous thing you could do and you not get just based on that different level, but the one discourage other people from doing it. And there's just something to be said about a moving target. There's something to be said about trying to bring down how massive this was. You know what I'm saying? It literally changes the game to accomplish this. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know if the response would be the same if she wasn't black.
Now, like I said, there's many facets of this.
You know, I'm not sure if the response would have been the same, but what I do love is that this girl is not sitting and shrinking back in any way, shape, or form to make anyone else comfortable. And when I think of belief, you know, I think there's a lot of times there is a lot of that shrinking back. You know, it's I can't remember who said, but that one quote of "Our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate, but that we're powerful beyond measure." You know what I'm saying? I think greatness is a fearful thing, or can be a scary thing, because there's, you know, the expectations that come along with that stuff, you know. And but someone has to push the envelope. Someone has to raise the bar, you know. Someone has to elevate, and I think that's what she did, you know. And my whole thing is like, yo, sis then gone and done a flip that no one else in the world has done in her field. She changed the game, raised the bar. I think when that isn't appreciated, you might create your own place, because who else out there has her level of, you know, who else is available to have like her level of ability that maybe hasn't been discovered yet and can be, you know, maybe she can have a hand in training them, you know, and getting them to another level. So yeah, I don't know where Latrice went, but now I'm on the radio show. So Elevate is something I'm supposed to talk about at some point, so just talk about Elevate. It's a program being put on. Seattle Theater Group commissioned it, spoken word program, paired up with local mentors, local spoken word artists for them young people. There's a history component to it, talking about the segregated entrance at the North here, Black history in Washington State, unsung heroes who are also Black who have contributed to Black history here in Seattle. It's featuring Kyle Danielson, Nakia Isabel, local poet, also a hooper, hoop legend here in the town, Aaron Reeder, spoken word artist, Beast, Tia in the Shea. I mean, that is what that is. Y'all know Tia. And so my role in it, I'm an artistic director program. And yes, I just, you know, I've had a relationship with it for a long time. The reached out and like, "Oh, kid, can we get the program going?" And so there it is. It'll be a virtual performance June 15th. It's a free event. You don't even have to leave the crib. You can just go ahead and register. The web page is right there. Go ahead and log on, get your registration. Again, it'll be virtual. You should see some young people from the town, some students that you may recognize. Some of them have been in Teen Summer Musical. Some of them were my students when I was with the hip program at Northwest Hop Connection. Some of them you've seen dancing, participating in dances, and all kinds of stuff. So I just wanted it to be, it's a program meant to uplift and elevate Black and brown voices. And I wanted to make sure that it was something that really looked like the town, that you recognize, that you know in this program. So I just went on ahead and got the plug out of Latrice. Yes, go ahead and register and get in there and support the program. Support the program. Please.
All right, y'all. Get in there. Support the program. More importantly, support this Black queen doing amazing things with an amazing team of folks, y'all. We have some talented people from the town, y'all. Aaron Reeder, the kid Isabel, Tia Mache. We got Kyle Danielson, y'all. So jump in there and make certain that you register. Make sure you register. And make sure you attend. It's awesome to support the young people as well. This is a moment in time, a moment in history. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. You absolutely don't want to miss it. So forgive me, my computer is doing some strange stuff. It decided to just shut me all the way off. It's never done that before. So I was like, oh, we're just blacking out, huh?
I thought it was all the way out, and I saw the time going. I was like, oh.
No, I think it was updating. It must have been updating in the background or something. But my sincerest apology.
You better be glad I know how to freestyle. These skills come in real handy.
Do they come in handy?
Like that. They come in handy.
Yes.
Shoot.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that you actually had the time to talk about Elevate a little bit. Tell us a little bit, since we're here, because we can always jump back. Tell us a little bit, if you have not already, when my computer jumped off, about the birth and the vision and how it came about.
Well, again, like someone I have done stuff with FTG over the last couple of years, you know. And you know, some of the stuff I've done, you know, with choreography and things like that. And so, you know, I've had a relationship with them, and but they shut everything down, and nothing has been happening in theater. So there was like a change of positions. A new person reached out to me and was like, "Shakia, we need something. Nothing's going on, you know, in these theaters." And was like, "What can we do with spoken word?" You know, and so kind of built like a little bit of a structure for this potential spoken word program, and you know, came up with a name for it, and was like, who can we get involved? And for me, like it, you know, the emphasis was put on making sure that amplify Black and brown voices. And my thing is like, okay, if you tell me that, then I want to make sure it's really reflective. I don't want somebody a part of this that has big name but don't come from the town. You know what I'm saying? Right. Engage nobody or whatever. They just have a platform, and I'm just like, I don't care nothing about the platform. I'm gonna highlight some people who actually have their boots on the ground. You know, and I believe I'm not just dope spoken word artists, but who are active in community. You know, and then you know, the young people. I mean, the age ranges are from like 11 to 19 years old. You know, some of them have never done spoken word before. But that's what the mentors are for. They're there to help coach them along in their process and things like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, reached out to Kyle, Tia, Aaron, Nakia, and was like, hey, are you all interested in this? Paired them with 3 or 4 youth apiece, and they just coached us and process of it. And the mentors, we were given a specific piece to write about because there's a segregated entrance that's at a more theater that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. And we're trying to dig on the history of it. You know, we're trying to dig up information around it. Crazy, you know, how much you can't find about that. You know what I'm saying? So we paired with a historian to come in and give us some information. She couldn't even find a ton of information on the segregated entrance, you know, and just how progressive, you know, Seattle is always painted to be. But you know, it's just because we had there was production done after where the birth of a nation was birthed out of it. It was the Klansman, you know, and look at how segregation was even in the design of the theater. Like it was even in segregation was just built into the design where when you see the colored section, the black folk section, you literally can't see anyone below you. And they can't see you at all. You're literally outside. So that whole main lobby area, if you were black back then, you never would have saw it. There was a separate box office, separate entrance, separate reception, everything. You never would have seen the lobby. You never would have seen the, you know, the alcove, none of the stuff. You wouldn't have seen any of it.
Wow.
You're like smuggled up a tunnel.
Wow.
The nosebleed section. And so mentors were commissioned to kind of write a joint collaborative piece around that, you know, and so it's pretty dope. It's virtual, and you know, it's been a lot of work trying to create something that is engaging in a digital space. You know what I'm saying? It's a interesting challenge, but it's been worth it, and I really hope to be able to tell this crowd with what they.
You know what? This sounds so amazing. It almost is going to be a run back when the world opens. I feel like this definitely needs to be ran back, maybe even coupled with the tour of those spaces, you know. And I think this is just the beginning, right? This is just the beginning. This is the seed. How beautiful is it to highlight the historic moments of our people, you know, in the 206, but to also, to me, to bring in the youth, to show, to create a path of something different, of learning, of history, of exposure, of opportunity. It's like all this, because something about the arts opens people up. You know, it opens people up, it grounds people, it centers people. And so it's just beautiful. And everybody, something for everybody, and it's multi-generational, right? So I'm excited. I'm excited for Elevate. It's a beautiful thing. I'm proud of you. You know, one thing you do this, and you do it well, right? You do the arts and you do it really well. And so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So y'all, June 16th, we'll make some that, you know, there's avenues. So you can go to my page at Latrice Chenee. I'll make sure to post the flyer this evening with all the details of how you access registration to make sure that you support Elevate team and the Elevate production, because it is one that you don't want to miss. So, girl, let's run this back a little bit. We were talking about belief. You know what is so funny? You're doing something so major. People do not realize, and then some people do, so not all people. When I say that, it's generally speaking, how important it is to believe in something on the inside of you, because it's not just for you. And I think it's sometimes, you know, if we can come outside of ourselves with something that we're believing for, we're trying to have faith for, and realize that it's not just about me. It is something for someone else, whether it's healing, whether it's to restore hope, whether it's to bring joy, whether it's to show love, whether it's to restore a peace of mind, whether it's to bring balance, whether it's to, to trigger something on the inside of them where they're like, man, I could do that too. It's something that inspires to aspire to become greater, for people to aspire to become greater. There's something about who we are and what we are called to do, and what we're purposed to do, and what we believe for, what we're designed to do, right? That is bigger than us. And I think about you, and I think about when you got shot, right? And how you could have said, man, it's COVID, people ain't gonna support, man, nobody's gonna want to do this, it's gonna be hard to get people to come and to commit their time, people got other things to do. Like, I know you thought about all these things, right? So I'm thinking of the real thoughts that would come with trying to put together a production. Anytime you're trying to put something together, there's always opposition and adversity when you're trying to bring people together to do something major like this. And so what if you would have said, nah, I think I'll wait. And then in the waiting, maybe people became unavailable, or even the momentum and the fire that was on the inside of you for this creative production started to fizzle out, right? There is something so powerful about moving in your belief, moving in your purpose, moving in your creative design of who you are, your uniqueness. And it's not just for us. And I think that is so important. You never know who's going to be touched in the midst of you just saying, yes, okay, yes, I'll do it.
And I'm looking forward to, hearing some of the words from the young people, because, again, like, a lot of them have danced, a lot of them have acted, but they created their own script. And I think that's something that makes this a little more unique. It's a cathartic program, and these kids need to help unpack, But I also think it's a perfect opportunity. I also think to highlight Black contributions to Washington State, to U.S. history, and hopefully this ends up being a part of curriculum. You know what I'm saying? Black Heritage Society, I believe, is working on that and documenting history, so it's not so difficult to find.
Okay.
Next time, and I can't wait until this is done in person. I can wait until it's done in person. I think it's gonna be fire.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be fire. So.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad somebody did this.
I was looking for this quote.
I'm trying to make sure I ain't in the middle of a sentence when the 30 seconds thing pop up.
We do have 1 minute left. That time be gone by. So I want to leave the people with something lasting, but all I really have right now is tap into your source, tap into your faith. If you believe in God, tap into that. If you believe in Buddha, tap into that. Like, tap into the very purpose of why you are created and why you're here. There's something so much bigger than you, and the world needs it. Because I can. What do you believe that you can do? Thank you all for listening to me and Shakia Danielson on The Sentiment, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Next, you have God Inspiration. Please make sure that you tune in. Also, there are basketball games going on this week with our young ones, high school games. Make sure that you tune in as well to that. Make sure that you go and register for Elevate. Again, it is something in this present time that you don't want to miss. Thank you again for tapping in. We appreciate it. Come check us out next Wednesday, 6 p.m. live. And until then, be gracious to yourself, be kind to yourself, lead with love. You never know who needs you in the space that you're in. So until next time, y'all.
It's just different.
Thank you for listening to The Sentiment. Please join me next time with the next topic and the next guest that graces us with their presence. In the meantime, be blessed and be gracious and kind to yourself and others. Mwah, mwah.